I want to say that this is a lesson before I start. This is a lesson of my vision. I quite remember things, but not so much in detail. Lord willing, I hope it's edifying.
Shalom, shalom. This is the brother Ishar from Jimmins, Mississippi Gulf Coast. Before I get started, I want to give infinite honor and glory and praises to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim that's pushing this truth without faith, righteousness, and sincerity. To you, I say shalom, all right? And this is just a lesson, man, going in on this vision that I had last night, this morning, I woke up afterwards. I want to start off, really with Joel 2:28, and it says, "It shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions." Okay, we're in the times where the Lord is actually showing forth, all right, bringing forth visions of what's to come and what to expect. And all around the board, man, from the apostles and elders on down to us younger brothers, have been putting up things of spiritual powers, Jacob's trouble, and all of that, man. All right. And I had a dream, a vision, so to say, of Jacob's trouble. And I had it was a concentration camp, and my family was in there, my Eve and my children, and they were in this very poor condition of a concentration camp. I mean, it was bad. It made the slums look like the suburbs, man. All right. It was so filthy, man. The only thing that was clean was and it was somewhat clean, was the mattress that they were laying on, man. All right. Everything else was filthy and so defiled, man. And I had snuck in there, and in the dream, in the vision, my mind was to go and break in and sneak him out, And they were so excited when they seen me, because apparently I had departed, left them, and that's a part of what we to do, man. Leave the world behind, and do what we have to do for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. It's a blessing for those things too as well. And I want to get Matthew chapter 19 and verse 29. It says, "And everyone that have forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my name's sake shall receive an hundredfold and shall inherit everlasting life." Okay, so it's a blessing for that, man. All right, you get that back 100-fold times, man. 100 times more. All right. So that's actually something that brothers have to get in their mind. That's what you have to do, man. All right, those worldly possessions that you have, your wife, your children, things that actually can bring you somewhat of a joy in this society, you have to leave it behind. A lot of brothers gonna have to leave that behind, man. And in the dream, I had to, I must have, not must have, I did, because they were so excited to see me. They thought I was gone. They thought they'd never see me again. How they reacted. Okay, they reacted like in a way of like startled, like, "Oh, you're here," And I was telling them, calm down, hush, 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 hush. Yeah, I'm gonna get y'all out. Just come here. And I had dressed up like I was in the concentration camp, all I basically looked at like I was in there, like I was supposed to be in there. But a guard or two noticed that I was on the wrong side, like something was up, and basically the excitement from my family alarmed them. And they basically was like, "Hey, sir, what are you doing on this side of the facility?" And I basically hurry up and grab them up. And that's the thing too. All three of my children and my wife grabbed them. And when I grabbed them, I took off with them, like not just dragging them, like picked them up, took off with them. And I end up like at the top of the building, so to say. And like in no matter of time, like it was quick, you know, but I ain't noticed it then. And they came and I finally was trying to figure out what I was gonna do, 'cause I'm at the top, you know, like damn, what I'm gonna do. And they finally caught up and they was like, hey, you stop. And before they shot off or did anything, I just boom, I jumped. And from the facility, I can see the buildings, and all of a sudden I was like in this wooded area, and I'm like, fuck, my family, I'm finna fall on top of a tree. So they hollering like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm shocked too, what the hell? And I end up falling on I'm not falling, Salakia. I end up jumping and landing on a tree branch, like the tree, because I end up jumping, and where I was landing was on the tree, and I end up landing on the branch, and it didn't break. You know, it didn't break. When I landed on the tree branch, it didn't even break. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, I'm like 230. You know, my family, my children and my wife, you know, they ain't too heavy, but it's still like over 450 pounds. You see? Not 450. Yeah. Like around 450, or maybe just right over 400. I so to say. I say, you know, right over 400. And it didn't break. Imagine the jump so far, like 2 miles or so or more, and you land on a branch and it don't break. But like I said, I'm not even thinking about those things. You know what I'm saying? I done got up at the top of the building in a matter of seconds. I done jumped this far, landed on a branch, and it didn't break. I'm not thinking what's really going on. And I end up jumping again off the tree on the ground, and I jumped again and went to another abandoned building, and I brought him in there. It kind of was a little better, you know. It was Jacob's trouble out for sure, because it was like everything was kind of abandoned and things was in an uproar. So that was like a quiet spot in like a quiet building to actually bring them into. And I looked at my Eve, and I was like, and she's looking at me like in shock, like what the hell, like, you know what you just did. And I was like, wait, this is Jacob's trouble. This is but this is I told her, I said, man, this is a dream, but this is Jacob's trouble, this prophecy. She was like, yeah. And I was like, so when I wake up, we're in 2025. We're in 2025, like at the end, like in September almost, you know. And she looked at me, she was like, well, this is like a couple years later, you know. And I'm like, a couple years later, you see what I'm saying? So they put it around like the end of 2027 or something, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, this is a dream, this is a vision. But I was like, and she's still like in shock and looking at me as she talking, but I'm like, wait, I got powers, you know? She was like, yeah. I'm like, I just ran fast and jumped, and then I can read minds. I'm told her, I said, I can read minds. I can hear them from so far away. I hear what they're saying. You see what I'm saying? But that just shows you that the Lord willing, I'm of that number, and Lord willing, this dream was, you know, all through, of course, all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem outside. But Lord willing, man, you know, it goes as such, man. You know, and for all Akim, man, you know. But I want to get Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 31. It says, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. And who's going to wait upon the Lord is the elect, man. All right. Like I said, I ain't even know until like the end that the end of my vision that I got powers. You see what I'm saying? It didn't even dawn on me that the Lord had given me spiritual powers, man. You see? I was just trying to just get my family out of there. You know what I'm saying? I found them. I was trying to get them out of there, man. Sneak them out. But the elect will be waiting upon the Lord, man. All right, for the next move. All right, to help them and guide them. All right, in these troubling times that's to come, man. Okay. It says they shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. You know what I'm saying? And I can say this in that vision, I wasn't tired, man. I wasn't tired at all, man. I didn't feel tired. I didn't feel like and it felt like a quick energy just sparked up in me, man. I just grabbed them and just took off, you know, and jumped, you know. And in this body, how I was reacting in the flesh, I was scared too as I jumped. I'm sitting there like, what the hell? Like, I'm finna fall on the tree. We're finna die. You know what I'm saying? But I ended up falling on the branch. Landing on the branch, man. And you think about it, if you so high gravity, man, you gonna hit the damn branch, it's gonna break, man. You know what I'm saying? But no, that ain't what happened at all, man. You know, I landed on that branch at the top of that tree, man, and I jumped again. Man. Then I was able to read their minds. I can hear them and what they're planning to do from far off, man. You see? Y'all about to me, I was shy, man, for that vision. Because that was like a faith booster for me, man. You know? To receive that type of vision, man. Again, it says, they shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint, man. Okay? You know, spiritual powers, man. You know, that's why, man, we can't be scared, man. You know, some brothers, they got to be martyred for this thing, man. But brothers are going to get those powers, man. Brothers going to get them powers, man. I'm not even finna sit here and lie, man, for that. And normally I have visions, man. You know, and I don't do lessons on it, man. You know, I tell brothers here and there, but man, this was a lesson I had to do, man. Okay, because we coming in them times, we finna be demonized. Esau finna come down with that great wrath. All those things, man. But we gotta understand, we can't fear those things, man. The Lord got us, man. The Lord got us, and if we ain't got spiritual powers, it don't even matter. It don't even matter, because we got this wisdom, knowledge. That's gonna be the stability, regardless, man. Okay. But this Revelations 2:10, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, which, like I said, my family were, you know. And I'm sure some brothers went to prison. I'm sure I probably was in it. I just probably, you know, I don't know. You know, I just got to that part of the dream, of the vision, man, you know, to where I snuck in. So I probably was in that, man, in prison, man, you know, probably on the other side of the concentration camp or whatever. It says, shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee the crown of life, man. All right. So we just got to continue to endure, man. All right. Whatever comes, man, whatever it may be, man, we got to continue to endure and realize the Lord is going to get us through it. See us through it, man. You know, but man, brothers going to get them powers, bro. Brothers going to get them powers, bro. Cause that dream felt so real. I woke up talking to Eve, like, hey man, you had a dream, and she ain't type to have dreams like that. You know what I'm saying? It's normally me. But she was like, you was talking in your sleep, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, but you were there. You know, I'm talking to her like she remembers, because in the dream, she knew I was actually just having a vision too. But she was letting me know, like, yeah, this prophecy, this is coming. You know, and she the one let me know what year it somewhat was, man. But that's how you know, like, she was in a concentration camp, because she couldn't call actually what month it was, but she let me know this is just a couple of years from now. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, apostles and elders on down been saying, like, they don't see no more than 2, 3, 4 years in this place, man, that it has left. You see? And that's the spirit, man. That's the spirit, man. And I've been making sure I didn't forget this vision, because I wanted to do a lesson on it, man. And the beloved brother, Yaita's out of the camp, man. Let me know, man. Make sure you put it on wax, man. You know. And this is matter of fact, I want to get this. Salakia, bear with me. Because we're going to be straight, man. The Lord going to see us through. Overall, the Lord got to come and handle the business. But he going to see us through things, man. You know, and that's what I got in this vision, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord going to make a way, man, for us to escape, for us to be okay. You know, for us to get by. And this Isaiah chapter 65, verse 13. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat. Okay. The men of the Lord, man, the elect, man. Scriptures tell you, and then shall you know who are my elect, man. All right. Roughly paraphrasing, man. Then shall you know, man, who the Lord dealing with in these times. You gonna know, because they gonna be getting out. They gonna be making, they gonna be getting by, handling things. All right. Glowing, shining in those times, man. In those hard times, the elect is going to show forth who it is. Then shall you know who are my chosen, Salakia. You know, scriptures say. Then you going to know. Because of the things, how they going to be handling things, spiritual powers, and so on and so forth, man. They going to be good. Brothers going to be running up on bunkers and shit. I mean, little houses that Esau don't store food or whatever, and they gonna be eating. They gonna be good. All we gotta do is believe, man. Wait, endure, work on ourselves. The Lord gonna do the rest. He's asking for us to continue to work, believe, continue in this, which is with this truth, this knowledge, which is rest. All right, which is going to get us rest, which is going to get us the kingdom of heaven, man. All right. Again, it says, therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. It says, behold, my servant shall sing for joy, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. I'm going to jump down to 16. Matter of fact, that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's the point. I ain't want to really make this too long. Okay? I just wanted to, you know, go into those things, man. All we got to do, man, is continue, man. You know? And Lord willing, we are that number, man. Lord going to see us through it, bro. I don't, you know, that dream just, you know, that was beautiful, man, for the Lord to get, and I'm honored and I'm grateful to receive a vision like that, man. All right, I just want to finish off with this. It's Revelations 12 and 11. It says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death, man. You know, and that's what we got to do, man. We gotta be ready to sacrifice and give it all up, man. You know, for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. You know, that's another thing. That's a big thing I noticed. You know, spiritual powers, of course, but the biggest thing I noticed that, man, I left my family behind, man. I left them behind, man. You know, and they was in a condition. You know, they was in a very, very, very bad condition, man. All right. And it might not happen like that. I'm gonna say it might not be. I might get spiritual powers, you know what I'm saying, Lord willing, you know, but I might not be able to save them like the dream was, you know what I'm saying. It might happen to where I get spiritual powers and I save others, you know what I'm saying. But regardless, you know, brothers gonna get them powers, man, you know. But the point is, you know, not loving your life, you know, this ministry, this come first, man. You know, the brother Kadar said that today in camp, and that was beautiful. This is what comes first, man. Everything else is extra, man. So we got to continue in the works, man. All right, that's our whole duty, is to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Matter of fact, I'm going to end with that. I'm going to end with that famous precept, man. And then I'm done, you know. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. It says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and keep his commandments. But this is the whole duty of man. All right, so let's continue fearing the Lord, serving the Lord, man. That's our whole duty. That's our obligation. That's our number one priority, man. Okay? That's our number one priority, man. You know, like I said, that's the biggest thing I noticed in the vision that I had. That's for a fact. I in the vision, I left their ass. You know what I'm saying? To fulfill, you know, fulfill, man. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, you know, fight for the Lord unto death. Shit, the Lord gonna fight for you, man. The Lord gonna see you through it. All right, with that, I'm gonna close out and give an infinite honor and glory and praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders for a great millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim that's pushing this truth with our faith, righteousness, and sincerity. To you, I say shalom.